So I just completed a line of fragrances from Roja Parfums, and I am ready to share them with you because they're a special line. It's a line that people try to collect the entirety of, and to have finally completed it feels like a big accomplishment to me. But really, I completed it to be able to share it with you all. So today we're going to go over the Gulf Coast line from Roja Parfums. There are 6 fragrances in it, and I'm going to tell you a little brief about each one of them and tell you which ones that you should maybe chase. There are 3 that are still available today and 3 that are discontinued, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, also known as Scent Nick. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. And if you are new here, I create fragrance content mainly in the form of detailed and objective reviews. I do make the occasional list, and I will do the occasional line breakdown. If that's something that you are interested in, please consider hitting the like button, drop a comment of a fragrance you'd like me to cover, and join our community by hitting the red subscribe button. And now let's get back to that collection. So like I said, the Gulf Coast line from Roja Parfums was a special line that was created for the Gulf Coast. There are 6 fragrances in it, each one for a different area. So those include United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Sultanate of Oman, Kuwait, Kingdom of Bahrain, and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, like I said, 3 of these have been discontinued, and in my opinion, those 3 are the best 3. I don't know if exclusivity comes into play with that, but hey, we're gonna get into the list with the most popular one. The most popular one is definitely going to be UAE, and yeah, I still have the plastic on it, but as you can see, this one is the vintage bottle. You can tell it's vintage with the cap, the all caps letters. This is going to be your traditional rose oud style fragrance, but very aromatic. Now, this one bears a lot of similarity to Taif Oud from the Roja line, which again is a stellar fragrance. But this one, I would say, goes a bit more on the pungent side, whereas Taif Oud is going to be a little more on the jammy side, a little sweeter and more rounded. This one is going to feature, your rose. That's the star player here. You're going to get a lot of other florals, geranium, ylang-ylang, jasmine, lots of aromatic, drier florals. You're also going to get a bit of spice. You're going to get a nice noticeable clove note, a lot of resins. There's gaiac wood, there's cypriol. And to be completely honest, I don't know if the oud in this is real. It very well may not be, especially with the fact that this isn't the most expensive from the line. And when you're putting gaiac wood, cypriol, other style notes like that, you're essentially making an oud accord. So there's a good chance this doesn't have real oud, but this is also the cheapest of the bunch, and it's very popular for a reason. The performance is stellar on this one. Like, we're talking 12 plus hours, and this one is a nice strong projector. I would say this is the most unisex, almost leaning feminine of the bunch. But if you like a traditional rose oud that's not too sweet and you like something really aromatic and spicy, UAE is the one for you. This next one is also still available for purchase today. This one is going to be Sultanate of Oman. So this one is still going to have the rose, but this one's going to be more woody spicy and less on the rose. I quite enjoy this one. This one's much more my style of a fragrance. So we're talking a little bit greener, very fresh spicy, aromatic, woody. I quite enjoy this one. You get a very nice raspberry note in here. It's juicy, it's tart. You get some violet leaf, which really helps give it a more aromatic touch. You do get a slew of resins. You get some other green notes like some mossy bits, some papyrus, some things that are giving it kind of a borderline chypre style vibe. But really, the stars here are the wood and the oud. It's fantastic. A little bit on the sweet side. Not sweet by any means, just sweeter than UAE was. So this one, like I said, is still available, still on the more affordable side. So if you want a more woody, spicy, this one makes for a good fall signature scent. It has enough freshness in it that really, it can be an all-star performer during the day and signature scent style thing. So check out Sultanate of Oman if that's something that interests you. This next one is the last one that is still available. This one is very nice. This one I would say is going to be a bit sweeter, a little more playful, we'll say, very unisex still. This one is Qatar. And the bottle that I have is the special edition bottle, which came in a 100 milliliter. You can't find this one anymore, but you can still find a 50 mil. And it's still on the more affordable side. I would say this one's a bit even more expensive than the others. This one's gonna be amber, fruity, powdery, musky. Notable things in this are gonna be the peach. Roja loves his peach. This one's also got a cotton candy accord. It's got pear in here, some florals. It's spicy, it's woody. The oud is very soft in this one, not near as prevalent as in the others. You're gonna find a very nice, diffusive, woody, powdery, spicy base, sandalwood, orris, ambergris, lots of resins. It dries it all up very nicely. Not too balsamic, not too sticky sweet, but really nice. This one, like I said, is very playful. This would make for a great date night fragrance. If you want kind of a Middle Eastern touch with a really nice oud style note in there. It's not a funky oud by any means. It's just pleasant, spicy, and woody. The performance on this one is excellent. Again, easy 10 to 12 hours. And a nice solid projection for the first few hours before it dials back. Again, beautiful stuff. Between these three so far, this is gonna be the sweetest of them and the most like night out style one. Now we're gonna start going up in price because these are secondhand at this point. They have been discontinued. If you find them, you are going to pay a premium for it. So this one is Kuwait, and I quite love this one. This one may be the most divisive of the bunch. It may be the least mass appealing. I wore this one out in public, and as much as I loved it, those around me did not care for it too much, and we're gonna talk about why. This one does bear some similarity to Qatar, but I would say this one is still amber heavy, but we're gonna add in a lot of animalic style notes, a bit muskier. It's a warmer, smokier composition. The oud is much more prevalent in this one. It's got, it's smoky. So to me, there is a slight bit of this like cigarette style smoke, which I do love that style of a note in a fragrance. I think it's very masculine, very sexy to be completely honest. But this one adds civet to it, so you get a nice animalic, pungent touch to it. There is quite a bit of florals in this one, paired with peach. Really, this one is even more of a Chypre style fragrance. This could be almost like an oud take on Diaghilev, with how much florals are in here paired with that civet. Oh my gosh. You get some nice balsamic, ambery resins, the labdanum in here. There's a rhubarb note way down in the base, giving it this tartness. There is a nice bit of vanilla in here, some tonka, but really this one focuses on being an amber, super spicy, super woody and smoky fragrance. And performance on this guy is huge, like guys. But like I said, this one you're gonna pay a little bit more for. I think I paid just shy of 600 bucks for that. Absolutely worth it. This one also bears a lot of resemblance to Fortnum & Mason's The Perfume, which is a stellar amber fruity fragrance in the Roja line, but it does not have the oud, whereas this one does. But lots of similarities there. So if you want to check out this one, go for Fortnum & Mason's The Perfume, then you're gonna have something very similar. This next one may be my favorite from the lineup, and it's because of its versatility. It breaks away from all of the other fragrances in the line. It's kind of a freshie in a way, paired with a nice modern, masculine, green Chypre style thing. It kind of reminds me of Apex just a little bit, or like Soudain l'Hiver from Henry Jacques. This one is going to be Kingdom of Bahrain. And this one is quite expensive to find, but it's so special. This one opens up very bright and citric with a lot of herbal. So lemon and lime, clary sage, basil, thyme, those kind of things, very green and herbal. This also has a cotton candy note in it, but really this one has a nice coniferous touch. There's pine, there's cypress, and those are really prevalent. There's a leathery touch to it. Like this is something I would wear in the Pacific Northwest or the Northeast, where there's just, pine trees all around, wear a leather jacket, it's kind of cold out. This is gonna stand out like none other. There is oud in here, but it's not really prevalent. There's a nice amount of ambergris, nice cashmere, the cedar. The performance on this one is excellent again. Not too strong, but it lasts a really long time. The cotton candy accord in here paired with the saffron produces this really nice, velvety, sweet, and subtle amount of sweetness to the fragrance. It's not overly sweet. It's just very nice. It's elegant. It's masculine. This is probably the most masculine of the bunch. And in my opinion, the most signature scent worthy. Absolutely incredible. If you find a bottle of that, it's going to run you $800 to $900. So be ready to pay for that. And we have to save the rarest and most sought after for last. This one is Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is also the most elegant of the bunch. I was actually kind of shocked by this one when I put it on. First off, I was shocked by how soft it is. It's not near as strong as the other ones. It's so elegant. It's clean. The fresh opening with citruses, very bright, and the aldehydes. Very, very aromatic, very sharp. This one bears a lot of resemblance to Candy Oud from the Tutti Frutti line, which Candy Oud is not the most popular one. People really like to go for Fruity Oud, but I've got a bottle of Candy Oud, and there is similarities, but this is actually better, in my opinion. It's a little more wearable. The fruits are more rounded out. This is like a bowl of fruit. You got banana, plum, raspberry, strawberry, apple. You get a load of florals in here, some more rose, more jasmine. And in the base, it's incredible. You get oud, sandalwood, cacao, violet leaf, leather, moss, spices, vanilla. Guys, like, I can't tell you how good this smells. And the crazy thing is, you really can't pick up on anything in particular. Some of the fruits you can. Like, there are just some tart fruits. The banana is kind of cool. It's like an underripe banana, and I quite like that. But when you put this on skin, it just turns into this dance, this symphony of fragrance notes that really just never make you want to stop smelling it. It's elegant, it's incredibly wearable, but it is also the most expensive in the line, and it's most sought after for a reason. This guy will run you anywhere from $900 to $1,000. They did just release the 100 milliliter bottle version of it, which I have that coming, and I'm gonna give a comparison of it just to see how these two compare. But if you can splurge for this, I highly recommend it because it's incredible, and it's definitely a gem to have in the collection. If you have any of the Gulf Coast line from Roja, I'm so curious to know your thoughts on them, which one you have. If you love it, if you don't care for it, just let me know. Either way, let's talk. Guys, thank you for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, you are doing your job to help this channel grow, and I'm so appreciative. Please consider hitting that like button, drop the comment, join our community by hitting the red subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.